All units in the hot zone will be directed to kill all targets in their grid. That means we put down anything still walking, friendly or unfriendly, civilian or hostile, living or dead.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, let's discuss the military going up against great odds. Of course, these three things we will discuss are more movie-based ideas, but we'll take a real-world look at them as well. Since I am in the US, I will be speaking from that perspective, but at least the first two opponents would be more of a global threat. I'll also throw some science into the discussion, so I hope it does not turn too many people off. It usually does a few. And remember to subscribe for more great vids and join us in the discussion down in the comments below. This is the military versus zombies, aliens, and itself. Zombies. I'll go ahead and say it, in the real world, in real life, zombies will never happen. The dead can't reanimate, as in zombie lore. This goes against the laws of nature. And no matter where we look out into the universe, the laws of nature apply everywhere. Just to put that out there for later when we get to aliens. But are we talking the Walking Dead slow and dumb zombies, or are we dealing with some form of rage virus where the zombie can run if it's able to, or maybe open a door, etc., etc.? That'll make a difference. And also, is this the Walking Dead everybody is infected thing? That adds a big kink into the zombie story. In an earlier video called Why Did the Military Fail, and that's F-A-I-L, not F-E-L-L, in The Walking Dead, I think we all understand the real answer is plot. And things like shooting through a chain link fence and etc. on a lot of shots and scenes like that can only be attributed to production errors. But even thus, the military in The Walking Dead did fail to contain the virus outbreak. It is my belief, and most commenters as well, according to the comments on the other video, that the military would win, not lose, against The Walking Dead zombie level event. We might lose pocket areas, some major cities in the US, but most think we would figure it out. Shoot for the head, don't let your friend die in a camp, spread the workload and ration supplies, and stuff like if reanimated dead have to be fought, train with weapons before just running into a fight. But 2020 has also shown us how people are, how governments act and react, and would we or could we really defeat The Walking Dead level event? Before 2020, I was 100% sure we would. Now, I may be around like 89% or so. And a bunch of comments on that other military video was talking about how to kill zombies. Just get in a tank and run them over. It's simple. But that's not that simple. I even did a video entirely on, is a tank a good idea to be or have in a zombie apocalypse? And really there's no outcome except the immediate one, that you're in a tank and you're safe. But after that, you're not going to kill every zombie. You're not going to fire rounds or run over them. You're not going to live very long in a tank without getting out of the tank, having to get out of the tank, So a tank is actually a bad idea. I did a video on it. Some people say just nuke this place and that place, and that's not a good idea either when you start really breaking down a lot of the scenarios and the weapons and things like that. I think Max Brooks, that wrote World War Z, if you've read that book, it's a little more realistic, It's a little more, hey, we tried to blow them up and it didn't work. Hey, we tried to use tanks and this and that and it didn't work. And finally shooting them in the head and really, really focusing on, this is how we have to deal with this. That's how they ultimately prevailed. Aliens. I have had the debate of, have aliens ever visited Earth? More times than I can count. And if a person believes that they have, you can't change their mind, I've found. I personally do not think that they have visited Earth. I base my theory on what I've read, seen, and heard, looking at facts, and it just doesn't have any credible evidence, as we do not even have any credible evidence of life anywhere yet. Many possibilities out there, but no proof. Yes, of course, there's probably life out there, microbial, advanced, I don't know, but life, yes. As far as aliens coming from another planet, it's just too far away. The distance is the main hurdle. If an alien does visit us, it will be something like a probe, I believe, not actual aliens. It could be something simple like a science or exploratory probe like we send out. Examples, Voyager 1 and 2. Maybe the probe that we find will have some type of gold record or disc or writing on it that, like we were trying to tell any possible intelligent life about the Voyager 1 and 2 and the stuff we put on it, maybe we'll find some alien artifact that they put on the probe to try to tell us who they are, where they are, what they are, or whatever. But as far as a spaceship with aliens coming and maybe a bunch of spaceships and them attacking or trying to take Earth for some reason, there's just not a lot of good science that says that can happen, why they would even want to come take this place. But by the time even a probe reaches another solar system like Voyager 1 or 2, they can't talk back. I think it'll be like 1 million years before a Voyager reaches another actual solar system. It'll come close to a star, semi-close, but actually really getting within a good distance is going to be like 1 million years, and we're going to be long gone anyway. But what if aliens attacked? This is a simple but very broad question. Again, you have to ask questions like, are they simple ET things or badass cannibal human-eating warriors, or something? Do they want our resources or to live on our planet and we're just in the way? Do they have million-year advanced biology, technology, weaponry? Are they trying to capture us or wipe us out? Do they want us as slaves? I mean, they would win if we dream up enough firepower or reasoning. If they're just some little ET guys collecting flowers, hey, maybe we could win. But maybe they arrive on a Death Star and blow up the entire planet and never even step foot on it, huh? Or maybe it really is just space spores that do us in, sent by aliens, or not sent by aliens, either way, but to wipe us out with some type of deadly disease that only affects humans. Possibly one day a generational spaceship shows up in the solar system. It could have a human-like species on it, hundreds of thousands of years ahead of us, and the ship has been traveling for like over 300 generations or something already. Maybe they just need some R&R and we're all pals and they come and hang out at the pubs. But my prediction, if the aliens or alien probes are way more advanced, they would win. We do, though, have a Space Force now in the U.S., so, yippee-ki-yay! So now the military against itself, and why even ask this question? Why even think it? Because it's sad. But first, we ask it because in Fear the Walking Dead, we have a scene in which a self-recorded interview with Al reveals what seems to be the Army versus the National Guard. Clues point to an order that came down saying to kill civilians, which the National Guard could have said no and tried to defend against the Army soldiers that tried to carry out the order. Not sure if that's the way it happened, but it seems to be something like that. It's hard to think something like that could happen, and the likelihood is extremely low, if at all. But again, 2020 showed us humans gathered into tribes, hating on others that do not think like they do, and it's every tribe, not just one of them, this one or that one. It's all of them hating against each other, and this, it seems, is just human nature, something that may be our undoing in the future, something harder to fight than even a virus. So what if a civil war erupted in the U.S.? How would it play out? Unless it was an actual split of the government and states, it would probably happen in pockets. Groups of people fighting against whatever they believe is opposing them. But just as in the war between the states that we've already had in the past, two sides with soldiers, a splitting of the states, townspeople would frequently ride to an opposite hillside to watch the fighting. So would the normal person in the U.S. just sit back and watch it happen? That's pretty much all they could do, right? But you may think of yourself as a soldier, just a citizen, a retiree, a business owner, just a normal Joe trying to make it in the world, but the unrest inside a nation affects everyone. It's sad to think too much into this last question. It's a dark path no matter which way you think. One of the reasons I really like the Walking Dead story is it seems that people are just as big a threat to other people than the zombies most of the time. It puts the viewer into a situation and makes them ponder, what would I do in that moment? It does seem like the last one, that last question, fighting ourselves, is the most probable out of the three possible foes. Maybe if aliens do show up, they can help us tame human nature instead of trying to destroy us. But that's it for this one. Let me know what you think about it all down in the comments below, and I'll join you there. This is James in Nashville. As always, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more dead stuff.